Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so happy to be here. Based on the last 2 days, it feels pretty good to be in the housing sector, actually. But there are certainly challenges. And if I would be an investor, I would ask myself, is it now a good time to invest in US housing? And if so, like, how do my managers handle the ongoing challenges? So with this being said, guys, thank you for being here. And I think you're the first one talking about yourself and Rockwood.
Well, we were told only to put one slide up, which is fine. So we did a very headline slide. But fundamentally, you've heard a lot of these points already from Ziv and from the previous panel. But how we look at the housing sector is that we choose to be in the area where there's higher incomes. Number one, because rent is paid by individuals, not corporations. And at the end of the day, they can only pay as much rent in relation to their income, and that's a big factor. So for us, our rent-to-income ratio is in the low 20% range in our entire portfolio, and that's the comfort factor that we have as we go through cycles or we improve the asset and raise rents. The second differentiator that we look at is that while we like demand, we keep our eye on supply as well. And there are certain markets that have just different bubbles in supply. And for our longer-term funds, especially our open-ended fund, we tend to stay away from them because we like a little bit more supply constraint in our longer-term asset holes so that we can keep the rental increases going. That's a little bit of a differentiator of how we've looked at the live space.
Duncan.
Thank you, Cord. Thank you for having me here. Walter, thank you for those comments.
The slide, I think, is not matching.
Yeah, that's not.
Let's go one further.
Yeah, you should. I think you're up. I think.
Yeah, Nishu could go.
Oh, that's
Okay, we're back. Okay, here we go. Similar as Walter, it feels interesting. They present us here as though they're pitting our strategies against one another, but there are so many overlaps, and the U.S. housing market is so large and so broad, and there's so many opportunities. Of course, I'm going to focus on our sliver. So Boston Capital today is focused on our Luxembourg fund business, primarily EU institutionally focused. And really within the sliver of U.S. housing, we're looking at the Class B value-add market. And that's where we're focused. That's where the slide goes to. There is a graph there. I think it's rather microscopic for most of you. But the reason why we focus on Class B housing in the U.S.